Donna Vekić has just won a WTA 500 title without even starting in the main draw. After losing in the qualifying rounds at Queen's Club, she headed to the practice courts in Roehampton, expecting nothing more than a quiet afternoon of training. Then her phone rang. Marta Kostyuk had withdrawn from the tournament, giving Vekić a second chance as a lucky loser. She quickly drove back, laced up her shoes, and went on an extraordinary run, defeating 5 opponents in a row, including former world number 1 Karolina, British number 3 Katie Bolter, and Emma Raducanu in the final with a dominant 6-0, 7-6 victory. She captured the biggest grass court title of her career. That was yesterday. Now, Vekić arrives in Berlin, unpacks her bag at the LTTC Rottweil, and steps onto another grass court for a new challenge. Standing across the net is Alex Eala, the 21-year-old rising star from the Philippines who has defeated her in both of their previous meetings. If you think this is a straightforward matchup, you haven't been paying close attention to either of these women in 2026. Let's set the scene first. The Berlin Tennis Open, sponsored by Vondo Pharmaceuticals, is a WTA 500 event taking place from June 15 in Munich through June 21 on the grass courts of the historic LTTC Rottweil in Berlin, one of Germany's most traditional tennis clubs. The field is loaded with elite talent. World number 1 Aryna Sabalenka headlines the draw as the top seed, Munich, followed by second seed Elena Rybakina. They are joined by Jessica Pegula, Coco Gauff, Alina Svitolina, Karolina Muchova, and several other top players. This is far more than a warm-up tournament. Munich, it's the final major opportunity for players to fine-tune their games before Wimbledon. And the world's best are treating it with exactly that level of importance. Into this highly competitive field steps Alex Eala on a wild card, while Donna Vekić enters the main draw directly after her remarkable title run. Munich, the draw has paired them against each other in one of the most intriguing first-round matches of the tournament. Their showdown is scheduled for Munich on Monday, June 15, and it promises to be an early test for two players arriving in Berlin with very different stories, but plenty of momentum for viewers in the Americas. The Berlin Open will be broadcast on Munich Tennis Channel, available through both cable providers and streaming platforms. Fans outside the United States can check the WTA's official broadcast guide for regional television and streaming partners. The WTA also provides selected coverage through its own digital platforms for registered members. Munich, the important takeaway is that every main draw match in Berlin will be televised or streamed. Munich, as a WTA 500 event, the tournament features full broadcast production, Munich, ensuring fans around the world can follow every match. So finding the ELA match should not be difficult no matter where you are. Now let's turn to the match itself, Munich, because the storylines surrounding this first-round encounter go far deeper than rankings alone can explain. Donna Vekić arrived in London for the Queen's Club Championships ranked number 76 in the world. A position that reflected a season that had steadily slipped away from her. Munich, just over a year earlier, she had climbed to a career-high ranking of number 17 after an impressive stretch that included a Wimbledon semi-final appearance and an Olympic silver medal. But much of 2026 had been marked by disappointing results and declining confidence. That struggle, Munich, seemed to reach another low point when she lost in the qualifying rounds at Queen's Club to Anna Blinkova. Munich, for a player who had stood on the Olympic stage in Paris and pushed Jung Chinwin for the gold medal, falling in qualifying suggested just how far her confidence had dropped only days before. Then everything changed. A lucky loser spot unexpectedly opened in the main draw, and Vekić rushed back to the club for a second chance. Munich, from that moment, something clicked. Her serve suddenly became one of the tournament's biggest Munich weapons, reaching speeds of 109 miles per hour during her semi-final Munich victory over Katie Bolter. Even more remarkable, she won 100% of her first attack points against Bolter, Munich, not an exaggeration, and surrendered only 6 points on serve throughout the entire match. Munich, she carried that momentum into the championship match where she bageled Emma Raducanu in the opening set before completing a straight sets victory. Munich, Vekić looked like a completely different player, moving with renewed confidence and striking the ball with the clean, flat precision that had carried her to the Wimbledon semifinals just 2 years earlier. After months, Munich, of searching for form, she suddenly looked like a genuine contender once again. 5 matches in 6 days later, Donna Vekić was standing with another trophy above her head. It was her first title since winning Terry in 2023, the Munich 5th championship of her career, and her first ever WTA 500 crown. Munich, that remarkable run completely transformed the narrative surrounding her season. The version of Vekic arriving in Berlin is not simply the world number 76 on the rankings list. Music, she comes in as a newly crowned grasscourt champion, riding a 5-match winning streak and carrying the confidence that only a title can provide. Music, just as importantly, she knows this is the surface where she has consistently produced her best tennis. She won the Nottingham title in 2017, Music reached the Wimbledon semifinals in 2024, finished runner-up in Bad Hamburg later that same season, and has now added the Queen's Club title to her resume. Music, Vekic has openly said that grass is her favorite surface, and her game explains why. The low bounce, quicker, Music points, powerful first serve, and flat ground strokes all become even more effective on grass. Music, when she is playing at her best on the surface, she performs like a top 20 player regardless of what her official ranking says. But this is where the matchup becomes truly, Music, fascinating. Alex Eala has already defeated Vekic twice, and neither victory can be dismissed as a fluke. Music, Eala has proven that she understands how to disrupt Vekic. Music, their first meeting came earlier this season at the ASB Classic in Auckland, where the young Filipina announced that she was more than capable of challenging established stars on the WTA Tour. Music, it was the opening round of Alex Eala's 2026 season. Donna Vekić took the first, Music, set 6-4 and for a stretch looked firmly in control of the match, Music, but Eala slowly worked her way back into it, taking the second set 6-2, Music, before closing out the decider 6-4 as well. It was the kind of scoreline that tells a deeper story, not one of dominance, but of mental endurance and gradual problem solving. Eala did not overwhelm Vekic outright. Music, instead, she broke her down point by point, building pressure until the balance of the match eventually shifted in her favor. Just 2 days later at the Cunning Classic, an exhibition event, but still played at a competitive level, Eala faced Music, Vekic again. This time, the result was even more decisive. Music, 6-3, 6-4. 2 matches, 2 victories for Eala. And in both encounters, the tactical pattern was strikingly similar. Music, Eala's return game consistently disrupted Vekic's serve rhythm, preventing Music, her from establishing the free-flowing patterns she relies on. From the baseline, Eala's ability to redirect pace turned Vekic's aggressive hitting into something more predictable and at times even vulnerable. As a left-handed player, Eala also brings a natural set of angles that many right-handed opponents rarely encounter in regular practice. Music, her forehand crosscourt drifts away from her right-hander's backhand wing while her serve can kick into the body in awkward, unfamiliar ways. Music, these are not abstract tactical details. Against Vekic specifically, they have already produced results. And now Eala arrives in Berlin carrying her own momentum, confident that the matchup has patterns she has successfully exploited before. Music, she won the Birmingham Open on June 7, defeating Nicola Bardova 5-7, Music, 6-3, 7-5 in a final where she had to come back from a set down. Music, it marked her second WTA 125 title and her first on grass, Music, reinforcing the sense that her game is becoming increasingly comfortable on faster surfaces. Her career grass court record now stands, Music, at 15-8, a 65% win rate that is notably strong for a player.